weeks.
We're going to call this meeting to order. The notice requirements provided in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given in the new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on December 30th, 2016. The new schedule was transmitted to the Home News Tribune and the Sentinel. It was filed with the clerk of the Borough of Spotswood and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood, New Jersey. Would please rise, salute to the flag in a moment of silence. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Stolen?
Here.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Here.
Councilman Lillo?
Here.
Councilman Rivera?
Here.
Council President Ritchie?
Here.
Mayor Sealy?
Here.
We have quite a few sets of minutes here. Our first set is June 19th, 2017, the caucus meeting.
Move the minutes for the caucus meeting of June 19th.
Anybody's going to
Second.
second? Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Our next set of minutes is June 19, 2017, regular meeting.
Move to make those minutes.
Second?
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
The next minutes are July 6, 2017, a special meeting.
Move to accept those minutes.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Abstain?
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
July 17th, 2017 caucus.
Move to accept those minutes.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
July 17th regular minutes.
Move to accept those minutes.
Second.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
And the last set is August 2nd, 2017 special meeting.
Move to accept those minutes.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Abstain?
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Okay, we have our ordinances, as I just read before. Ordinance 2017-07 was posted in the municipal building on July 17th and advertised by summary in a Home News Tribune July 20th. Public hearing was set for August 24th. An ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Spotswood by amending Chapter 2, Borough Council, Article 2 by amending Section 2-4, Compensation, and Article 4, Mayor and Administrative Organization by amending Section 2-24G, Mayor.
Is there a motion to open this for discussion?
Motion to open for discussion.
Second?
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes. At this time, if there's anyone from the public that would like to come up and discuss this particular ordinance, please come forward.
Make a motion to close public hearing? Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes. This time I make a motion that the ordinance be adopted and that it be published according to law.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
No.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Okay, we have ordinance 2017-08A, an ordinance amending the Chapter 209 entitled Records, subsection 209-7, towing rates and other charges of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, New Jersey.
Make a motion, we open this for a public hearing?
No, we don't have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ted does that.
This is first reading. We set the
First reading.
public hearing, so
Okay.
just have to vote on it.
You usually make that motion.
I'm going to make a motion that we put this on the Monday, September 11th meeting, and that we move this to a second date.
Yeah, public hearing is set for September 11th.
Okay.
I need a second.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo? Yes. Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
We have ordinance 2017-09A, an ordinance amending Chapter 46 entitled Animals, Article 1 entitled Dogs, Cats, amending subsection 46-7, impounding and destruction of certain animals and cats, 46-7E.
Make a motion, we schedule this for...
I didn't finish it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's still not all there. Impoundment fee of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Spotswood, Middlesex County, New Jersey. Okay.
Now I make a motion, we schedule this for September 11th for a meeting and go for a second hearing date.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo? Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Okay, 9, 10. Ordinance 2017-10. An ordinance amending and supplementing the salary ordinance of the Borough of Spotswood entitled An Amendment to an Ordinance Fixing and Establishing the Salaries and Wages of Certain Employees of the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Make a motion, we move this to a second reading on September 11th.
Second.
Public hearing.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Okay, we have resolutions under consent agenda, resolutions 124 through 129 and 131 to 132.
Make a motion, we pass resolutions?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have an application for Alex J. Hartman, candidate to cadet to the fire department.
Make a motion, we accept that application?
Gratefully.
Yes, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is he here?
Where is it?
Thank you very much.
This is where we know who we're clapping for. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have some proclamations. Marge?
Okay. Proclamation, whereas the American Cancer Society estimates that about 22,440 will receive a new diagnosis of ovarian cancer in 2017, and approximately 14,080 women will die from the disease. And whereas ovarian cancer ranks 5th in cancer deaths among women, accounting for more deaths than any other cancer of the female reproductive system. A woman's risk of getting ovarian cancer during her lifetime is about 1 in 75, and her lifetime chance of dying from ovarian cancer is about 1 in 100. And whereas ovarian cancer is more treatable when detected early, but only 25% of ovarian cancer cases in the United States are diagnosed in the early stages. This is often because symptoms are easily confused with other diseases and because no reliable, easily administered tool exists. And whereas the 5-year survival rate for the 75% of the women diagnosed with advanced disease is only 27%. However, the 5-year survival rate for stage 1 disease patients is nearly 92%, and for stage 2 disease patients, it is 72%. Currently, 50% of women diagnosed with ovarian cancer will die from it within 5 years. Among African American women, only 48% survive 5 years or more. And whereas early detection of this disease remains the best way to save women's lives and is not normally diagnosed with routine pelvic and pap exams, symptoms may include abdominal pressure or bloating, persistent digestive problems, excessive fatigue, frequent urination, and sometimes abdominal bleeding. Women also should be aware that risk factors are higher for those who are over 50 years of age, who have a personal or family history of ovarian, breast, or colon cancer, and who have borne a child. And whereas it is appropriate to commend the scientists, physicians, and other medical and health professionals who are working to advance knowledge and understanding of ovarian and other gynecological cancers. It is also appropriate to encourage all Borough of Spotswood residents to learn more about the disease and the importance of early detection, as this can save lives and protect the health and well-being of countless women. And whereas prominent buildings across North America and the world will turn their lights teal or display teal ribbons to raise awareness for ovarian cancer. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Ed Seeley, Mayor of the Borough of Spotswood, together with our governing body, do hereby proclaim September as Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month and urge all citizens to turn the town's teal in the Borough of Spotswood, dated August 14th, 2017. Ed Seeley, Mayor. And I would like to add that I have known some of my friends who have died from ovarian cancer, and because the symptoms are so vague, it is important to be vigilant about your health. And if you notice anything ordinary, extraordinary, like what they said, and it persists, it doesn't resolve itself in probably a week or two, I would go to the doctors and get checked out. That's it for me.
Thanks, Marge. Jose?
Okay. Whereas the Federal Emergency Management Agency has designated September as National Preparedness Month across America, and whereas National Preparedness Month is an opportunity to raise awareness about the importance of emergency preparedness and to encourage all Americans to be better prepared for their homes and communities for emergencies, and whereas National Preparedness Month focus on family emergency preparedness and encourage Americans to take simple steps to prepare emergencies in their homes, business, and schools. And whereas the Borough of Spotswood Office of Emergency Management encourages citizens to make plans within and their families members as to their takes a shelter should a cascade event become imminent, and make plans as to their to meet should families members become separated. And whereas Borough of Spotswood Office of Emergency Management Risk Management includes events that could cause disruption of life, supporting services, citizens are encouraged to develop a kit supplied to support each family member and pets for 72-hour period. Now, therefore, it is resolved that I, Ed Seeley, Mayor of Borough of Spotswood, and on behalf of the Borough Council and all the citizens of Spotswood, and recognition in the event, do hereby proclaim September as Emergency Preparedness Month and extend appreciation to all of the Office of Emergency Management staff, along with OEM Coordinator Jose Rivera, for their continuous emergency management service to the residents of the Borough of Spotswood.
Thank you. Kurt?
Okay, whereas families, caregivers, charities, and research groups across the United States are observing September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month to memorialize the young lives that were taken too soon and honor the survivors who face chronic health challenges. And whereas nationally each year, thousands of children face the battle against cancer with inspiring hope and incredible bravery. And whereas, according to the American Cancer Society, 15,780 children under the age of 21 are diagnosed with cancer every year, and approximately 1/4 of them, sadly, will not survive the disease. And whereas each year, approximately 400 New Jersey residents under the age of 19 are diagnosed with cancer, and roughly 53 lives are lost. And whereas childhood cancer is one of the leading causes of death among children under 19, although survival rates for many childhood cancers have risen sharply over the past few decades. And whereas childhood cancer crosses all racial, ethnic, and social boundaries. Whereas the Borough of Spotswood recognizes the devastating effects of childhood cancer on the residents and the state of New Jersey and the Borough of Spotswood. And whereas this month in Spotswood, we pay tribute to the healthcare professionals, researchers, private philanthropists, and parent advocacy groups who collaborate to provide hope and help to patients and families affected by pediatric cancer while making vital contributions to the ongoing search for a cure for childhood cancers. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Ed Seeley, the Borough of Spotswood, together with our governing body, do proclaim and recognize the month of September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in September, and encourage all residents to show their support for the cause by increasing awareness, speaking up about childhood cancer, wearing the gold ribbon, and reaffirming our commitment to fighting childhood cancer. Dated August 14th, 2017.
Thanks, Kurt. All right. Comments from the council members. John?
Okay. The Board of Education hired Memorial School principal out of Bridgewater. His name is Brian Kitchen. And he started already on the job. And he was a physical ed teacher over there. So he's on the job, and they hired a Memorial School principal. That's it. And the process of with Tony, they got some money in line, but we'll know by tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's a meeting at the high school library there. So there's a Board of Education meeting, 7 o'clock. So that's it.
Thank you, John. Kurt?
Mayor Seeley was able to confirm the VFW on Daniel Road for the pancake breakfast for October 29th. I made up a flyer and have provided it to the pantry and to get it out to the churches as well. Try to avoid some conflicts where they
What day was it again?
October 29th. It's the Sunday before Halloween, which we usually do. I sent an email out to everyone with the flyer, and we'll be getting tickets earlier this year, I hope, as soon as the school opens up. And we'll be providing those at the mayor's office, the clerk's office, so we'll have tickets in advance that people can purchase, and providing some to each council member as well.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Marge?
National Night Out. What a fabulous night that was.
Thank you very much.
To see you get dunked was worth the whole thing. I've got to thank, is Vashti in the audience? Vashti did a beautiful article in the Sentinel last week. I actually cut it out. I have it on my board at work. And pictures were in there of the chief and others. Mayor Seeley was also in the dunk tank, and shucks, I missed that one. So
people did.
So it really was a community effort spearheaded by our police department, which truly is second to none in terms of collaboration with Helmetta Police Department. My van was here, the mobile health unit from St. Peter's, doing health screenings. We screened over 20 people that night and found, at least 50% had abnormal findings, which my RN staff follow up with. And that night, we actually had teams in 3 towns, which I told Vashti, doing screenings. So it was a wonderful night, and ending with fireworks was inspirational. It was just a wonderful conclusion to the whole thing. So truly a great job. And I know all of the council were there in different capacities. And I liked Ed's communication. He sent it out with the tax bills and the breakdown, and talked about what he's done throughout the first half of his first year as mayor. And I think that kind of communication is great to all of the residents, because not all of you come to these meetings, and maybe not all of you watch it on the computer, but to have that kind of direct communication with some really solid achievements going forward in that only just 6 months of leadership is a great thing. So good job, Ed.
Thank you.
And that's it from me.
I just want to echo what Marge said about National Night Out. The police department did a great job with it this year. Your guys did a great job, Chief. Thank you very much. Jose?
As everybody knows, hurricane season, they're looking at approximately 4 storms that are probably going to hit us. I've been around talking to seniors and some residents to be prepared and have a go-to bag for 72 hours. My advice is, if it does hit, we get any kind of power outages and everything like that, again, I'm going to say, don't start calling 911. Okay, you're going to tie up the lines. We have a non-emergency number, call that number. Okay, leave the 911 for true emergencies. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
What's that non-emergency number?
Excuse me, 732-251. 2121.
And they do answer it. I've called it many times, several times throughout the years, and they do answer and they give you good information.
Mr. Mayor.
Just two little items. I want to thank Chief Zhao and Sergeant Mayo for obtaining the grant for drive sober and get pulled over for the Labor Day crackdown. It's good knowing that our town has got a good handle on DWI. And I have a letter here from the county congratulating us on our recycling efforts for paper. Apparently, we've turned in 19,220 pounds of paper was collected and shredded at the event at Spotswood High School on July 22nd. Over 373 residents attended, 104 or 28% of our residents were Spotswood. We get grant money for that, if I'm not correct.
Yes.
So, correct, I should say. And where did it go? Here it is. Here it is. One of our newest police officers, Paul F. Silvestro, right, am I saying that right? Just completed his PTC. He's a full-time police officer now. He was a dispatcher for years for us, and congratulations to him. And right now, that's all I've got.
Very good. Is there a motion open to the public?
Motion open to the public.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This time, anyone's welcome to come up, state your name, your town, and what you'd like to discuss.
Cheryl Bass, Spotswood. As Councilwoman Droz was saying, I had it right here at my fingertips. I also want to thank the mayor. Here we are. For
the pie
his
chart.
letter and the pie chart that shows where our tax dollar is going. And the biggest part of our tax dollar is going to the school district. I was at a school district meeting, the last meeting they had. I know tomorrow night, as Councilman Malillo was saying, there's going to be a meeting tomorrow night. The council is saying that they want to have a vote in September, or is it September? Or it's September. It's September, because they need a new heating unit for the Appleby School. Now, from what I recollect, when the prior superintendent had to go for a bond issuance, he came before the board, came before the mayor, came before the council, and he said, we need $9 million. And it was on the election in November. It was a question on the general election in November, and it passed. So I am saying that we shouldn't have another election set up for one question. And any time that the school board needs to put something on a ballot, they should come before the mayor, they should come before the...
We do not control what they do. We can't tell them when they can put it on or when they cannot put it on.
Well, that's why I'm here at this microphone, because I think they should come before the mayor and they should come before the council.
That's you've got to take that up at a Board of Education meeting. We cannot dictate anything to them in that respect.
Then Councilman Melillo, I'll come to the school board meeting tomorrow night, because this is costly to the town. We had a primary in June. We're going to have this special election for one question, and then we're going to have a general election in November. So those 3 elections, all the poll workers have to be paid for a full day's work, and that costs the taxpayers money. As in closing, I do want to say that I think that this matter was an oversight, because the superintendent, the former superintendent, left early. He got himself a higher paying job, and before the school year closed out, he left. So this matter was not taken up before the school year ended. And there was an interim superintendent for the schools, and then the school year closed, and now we have a new superintendent for the schools. So I think this was an oversight that the old super should have taken care of before he retired from our system in order to go to his new position, which, once again, I will say, is a higher paying job. That was the criteria that rushed him out of this position.
Perhaps
Thank
the
you.
Board of Education tomorrow will
I will be
listen
there.
to what you have to say.
Right. And once again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is wonderful correspondence. Thank you.
Thank you,
The only thing
Cheryl.
I would say in support of what Cheryl's saying is just to share information about the bond would not be a bad idea, to have someone come before us to just talk about it so that it is televised, because they do not televise the Board of Ed meetings. And so that could be a consideration for our next council meeting, is to have somebody present some information about the referendum question.
Thank you. Anyone else like this come up?
Water. Is it water?
Yep.
What props?
I went there.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pete Demetrio. I live at 38 Littell Drive.
What is it?
38 Littell
what's
Drive.
your name?
Pete Demetrio.
You should put that really up on the stand. We could see it.
Oh, sure. Okay. I brought pretzels for everyone. Okay, so I live in Spotswood for 19 years now. We live on 38 Littell Drive, and it's been really bad. First of all, I'd like to say we have excellent police force, fire department, OEM, EMS. Everyone's excellent. Our school system's top-notch. My son just graduated. He's going to college there. Perfect place. Spotswood's excellent.
Water's not so great then.
Water's awesome. No, it's really bad. But that's why I'm here tonight. I have 3 water filters. I had them hooked up in line with my hose with a whole house filter. Pool liner went, so I had to refill my pool. We started filling up the pool before we knew the pool liner was gone, and it was just constant rust going in the pool. You couldn't even see the bottom. So I decided to drain the pool completely, put a new liner in. Then I brainstormed, and I said, you know what? Let me buy a whole house filter, put it in line with my hose, and we'll get clean water. It did give me clean water, but 8 hours each filter, completely rusty. So I had to change the filter 4 times. These are 2 completely rusted filters, and then constant running, for 12 hours on each filter, it started to clear the water up. But you shouldn't have to do that, because constant running in your house doesn't happen.
Right.
So I actually have 2 photos in my phone also of my sink in my bathroom and my toilet bowl, and it's just disgusting. We just finally got it clean. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we finally got it clean, our sink and our toilet bowl, but it was just so hard to do it. I had to buy some acid, and worked out pretty good. But yesterday, our water started getting rusty again, I was power washing. After about 6 hours of power washing, my water started clearing up again. So when is it going to happen? It's been 19 years now off and on. I never complained. This year I complained. It's just the worst.
Well, you know they were out there.
Yes, they took a
cut-
section of
they took
pipe out.
section of
Yes,
pipe out to
absolutely.
Take a look at it and, what the problems were. But,
You know, this has been going on for a long time. They've been doing stuff.
well, Dawn actually has a little bit to bring you up to
Sure.
speed on it.
We were out there, we actually met with Bruce Koch, our engineer, and our Public Works Director, because that section of pipe that came out, it's a 4-inch pipe. It's got about 2 inches of tuberculation on it, so
Yes.
it absolutely needs to be replaced. We're determining right now whether it should be relined, replaced, and if it's replaced, should it be a 6-inch or an 8-inch? That's what we were meeting about Friday. I expect to have an estimate and plans, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, from our engineer.
Okay, so our timeline's close.
Yeah.
We should be getting something. Okay.
Definitely.
Now, unrelated, our lake, it was pretty embarrassing. A couple of weeks ago, we had family come over and visit us. And one of my cousins, a wise guy, he said, hey, that's a nice swamp that I just drove by. It's really bad. Is Spotswood going to be doing something about the lake? I believe it was dredged once in 19 years that I was here, cleaned up. It's really bad. We got a beautiful EMS. Building looks awesome. Across the street, we have a swamp. It's embarrassing.
We have a DEP permit that allows us to do something, and that's good until
2018.
2018. The problem is we don't have $10 million to go do the work.
Oh, wow.
What we need is a cooperative between the county and the state to come in and help us. We're catching water downstream from other towns.
Right.
And we're also catching silt downstream from the other towns. That's why this lake is completely choked out. We're catching everything up the Manalapan Brook, all up to Englishtown. For us to go in there and spend even $1 million wouldn't make it appreciably better.
Right.
So unfortunately, until the state and the county get together and come up with something good, or we can find something in a grant that would help us out, there's probably not much that's going to happen other than maybe right around the edges where we can, get some of the weeds out of there.
Sure. I mean, it's going to become a health hazard.
We also had the permit.
Absolutely.
We also have a permit to clean around the edges of the lake. But every time that we try to do something, the weather doesn't let us. It
Right.
rained and everything like that. So we can't use a, excavator or anything because it'll sink right in there. So every time we try to do it, and the only time we could do it is during the winter time. And, it's been raining and
Oh,
everything
yeah,
like
it's been
that.
bad,
so-
yeah.
Not surprising.
Unfortunately, we all drive by that lake every day and we
Oh,
all
yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it used to be so beautiful, and then now it's a swamp.
It's choked out from all the silt.
Yeah,
You
that's
probably
sad.
walk
Want
across
to
it.
talk about what we've tried to do through
Right.
the Water Advisory Council?
Well,
Asking
just
the
the South
freeholders.
Central Flood Commission.
Yeah. So
Try.
I want to see
I
something.
was a
hold on a
member
second.
probably 6 or 7 years ago of the South Central Flood Commission. This was all the affiliated towns that are along the Manalapan Brook. It was Helmetta, it was Jamesburg, Monroe representation, Spotswood. It was formed after the 2005 when we had 10 inches of rain in that 1 hour, 2 hours. Do you remember that? When
Yes.
We had all that flood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Was that when the EMS was ruined? Was
No,
that around that?
Later. That was
Oh,
a couple
okay.
years later. But that actually started this South Central Flood Commission. And actually, the former Mayor Barlow ran that. But when he left office, it kind of went defunct, and it's under the county because it's a county-wide issue. What Ted is saying is correct. This is not Spotswood's problem. This
Right.
is, we provide all that, the lake for the runoff from those other towns, and then it comes from us and it goes down. So, I know when we had the South Central Flood Commission, we approached is it Ocean County that's right on our border? Monmouth County, to see if they would help, because their headwaters contribute to our issues. And they had kind of turned away from doing anything with us, but now there's new political leadership. Dawn and I, at the last Water Resources meeting, asked the county to resurrect the South Central Flood Commission to address this issue in particular. And so that's under consideration now from the county freeholders. and it's with their engineering department. So I have not heard anything back. Dawn, have you heard anything?
No, and it's been several letters over the past couple of years.
Yeah. So, you know, Ted's right. It's not something we can fund. I don't think it's $10 million. That's, like,
Right.
you know, what.
That's a big number, right?
So, but I know that, Ed, you were talking with Senator Greenstein, correct? In trying to see if there's anything she can do for us federally?
She's looking into a plan that just outside of Trenton they used in the same situation with a lake that was overrun. And they got grant money in there to help that. And her and Senator Benson, Assemblyman Benson, right? Yes.
Yep.
They're looking into that right now.
Terrific. So there's stuff in the works, and I'm sorry you had to drive, your family had to drive Wise
Yeah,
Guy
it's just, it's, yeah,
for the
it's,
family, but, you know.
and he's right, it is, it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, and when does it start becoming a health hazard? You know, I know the water flow, it does flow, but it's gonna start.
And mosquitoes.
Especially with all of the, what's growing in there. If you look at it, there's a lot of growth in there. Once it starts dying, it's gonna start smelling.
At least the mosquitoes are getting sprayed over there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
John, you had something you want to say?
About the lake, yeah, about the lake. Okay, you know, 10 million, 15 million, you know, it's got to be, you put pressure where the people are. If it's Trenton, if it's the county, you know, everybody looks the other way. They look the other way. The thing is, it's got to be maintained when you do it. You got to maintain that. It's like anything else. You own a home, you paint it. If it's not, if it's this, if it's this or that, you got to take care of things. You don't wait till things get to be a disaster, and then you talk about it 30 years later. This is what happens. You got to get after these things. This should have been done a long time ago. And the price gets higher. You got to get on. Look, you got to be a doer. Promises is hard, but it's there, and it's been there. It's been there. It's the way the lake is. Now, but once you do it, you got to maintain the lake, and that's all it's to it. You got to take care of it. I mean, what's the problem? Take care of it. I mean, they look the other way. We did it. Okay, it's okay. And then it gets to be a disaster again. Another 30 years. This is the problem. You got to do it. Get it out of the way. You pay the price, and it's all. But you got to maintain it in between. You got to take care of it. I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, but you got to do it. It's got to be done. You can't leave it like that. It's a disgrace. The man's right.
Thank you. And it's a beautiful part of Spotswood, you know, so, but thank you. Oh, one more thing, I apologize. The water, where is the water coming from? Is it still coming from East Brunswick?
Portion is.
Portion.
It is?
We have our own.
So do we have some of our own? Because our our water and sewer, it looked like it went up overnight. You looked at the bill, and then the next one, it was like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah, the rates haven't gone up in 2 years.
That might be from filling the pool.
I don't mind when I fill mine up.
Didn't we have something offline? We were importing more East Brunswick water for a while, right?
But that didn't
But
change
that
the
doesn't
billing.
change the billing.
It didn't? Oh, okay.
That didn't change the rates to the
All right.
residents.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Would anyone else like to come forward? I'll entertain a motion to close the open public.
Oh, we got somebody.
One more.
Oh, we got somebody.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Malone, and I also live on the Tow Drive, 57, the Tow Drive, and I'm here with the same concern, the water. Not only is it orange, and I've had the water department, I think they know me, I'm family to them. They're at my house constantly. They call me the bird lady because I have parrots, but they know me very well. They're always there trying their hardest, and I have them smelling the water because there is a stench. And when I take a shower, I smell like an aluminum can. And it's very concerning to me because I have a child. I'm worried what this does to my insides. We're drinking the water, we're cooking with the water, we're brushing our teeth with the water. I can't own a white shirt. Forget about it. One wash, orange. Forget about it. And all the stuff, the chemicals to take it out, I don't want any more chemicals. So I'm just really, really concerned about the water, and it's been so many years, and it's getting worse and worse. And the smell, my son holds his nose when he showers. That's about it.
We said earlier, this is something that they're finally looking into. They started looking into the pipes, and now we're looking to replace everything in there.
Is our street worse than a lot of other streets in Spotswood?
I don't know if it's
No,
worse.
I live in Elm, which is across the street from you. My bathtub and my sink are,
Orange
they
in the
got messed up.
toilet.
this shirt's brand new, that's why it's still white.
So-
It's not funny, but yes, we are taking it seriously, and yes, we are looking into it, because there's a picture on my desk of what the pipes look like, and I have galvanized pipes coming to my house. They're just as bad. They start off like this big, but you got about that much room, and
Yes.
it's being looked at very seriously.
Yeah, those
Okay.
4-inch pipes are down to probably less than 2 inches,
Right.
which is the water pressure issue on Latour, too.
That I'm fine with, believe it or not.
See, I'm on the end of Latour.
Lucky.
If somebody turns on a sink or a dishwasher and you try and run water someplace else, it's gone.
I hear that. That's the only area I'm fine.
That's it. But
Okay, thank you very much for
We're
listening.
working on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I just ask the CME representative, we did a whole pipe down at the end of Herman Drive, which is right off of Latow, probably 3 years ago. Remember, we had to replace because the water was not potable over there. How far up did we do that pipe replacement up on Herman? You know, how far did that?
I wasn't involved with that project, so I'm not sure how far up Herman we went, but that is definitely something I can look into tomorrow and get back to you on.
Okay, thanks. Just didn't know if maybe it's just that end, that we need to come up further to Latow and make some adjustments. But it was so costly, I'm going to tell you, to replace that pipe at Herman was $400,000 for just whatever section we replaced. It was a lot of money. So it is very costly to put in new lines.
But when there's a problem,
Yeah.
it has to be spent. Because
Yeah.
no one should have to deal with that type of water. And when you have a problem like that, they are working on it, and we will have an answer for you. It
Those
will be
those
addressed.
pipes are old, they're cluttered. Whatever the cost is, now the only decision is if it's going to be a 6-inch main or an 8-inch main going down the road. Those 4-inch mains are clogged up. So something's got to get done over there. But hopefully, by the next meeting, we'll have some kind of an idea where we're going with this.
Well, Willard Clark Circle, I know Cedar Brook Lane only has a 1/2-inch main serving the houses down there. So I'm talking like this big. So water pressure is an issue because the zoning laws, or whenever they built these houses, they just were inconsistent with the needs of what the houses were going to have in this day and age versus maybe when they built them. I don't know, or the standards change, but that is a problem.
I don't even think they consider 1/2-inch a main. That's like a garden hose.
Yeah, when we only found out about that when we replaced the line that was leaking over at Willard Clark Circle, when he did the mapping.
Any other member of the public?
Make a motion to close the public portion?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We do have a closed session, and after the closed session is over, action will be taken. Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is under the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, now therefore be it resolved by the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey as follows. 1, the public shall be excluded from discussion of any action upon the hereinafter specified subject matters. 2, the general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. Contract negotiations, personnel, and shared services. 3, it is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter shall be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Make a motion to pass the resolution?
Second?
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Melillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Make a motion to close the close, reopen the open?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody else there? Folks? Contract. And one.
Da-da-da.
Is there anybody out there, Chief?
Yes, he's coming.
Big Ed Smith.
Ed's here.
That's it?
Bailed out.
Your beloved.
Okay, we're back. We're back in open, and two items that we discussed. One was the ratification of the UFCW Local 888 union contract, and I'll read that resolution. The Borough of Spotswood has negotiated a new contract with the United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 888 of the Borough of Spotswood. Whereas it is of the opinion of the Borough Council that said new contract is proper and acceptable and will be subject to and incorporated in an amendment to ordinance fixing and establishing the salaries and wages for employees of the Borough of Spotswood in the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, authorize the execution of said contract with the Borough of Spotswood United Food and Commercial Workers Union, Local 888, including the changes which have been negotiated and agreed upon for the years January 1, 2017 through December 31st, 2019. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and is hereby authorized to attest to the execution of said contract by Council President Ted Ritchie between the Borough of Spotswood and the United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 888. A copy of this resolution and contract are available for public inspection at the office of the municipal clerk. We need a vote.
We're going to do them individually?
Pardon me?
All right.
Do them individually?
Well,
Another one, 134.
we'll do them individually. Do you want them, or you want to put them
No,
together?
well-
It's up to you.
Is there a motion accepting 2017-133?
Motion to accept 133.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
I would suggest you might want to open. My suggestion is do them both and then open to the public in case there's any questions, because technically the public was not able
Okay.
to question on these.
Okay, read the next one, Pat.
You
Okay.
didn't finish.
We have Resolution 2017-134, whereas Mayor Sealy has requested of the Borough Council for the purpose of an increase in salary for the business administrator, and whereas the Borough Council gave advice and consent upon a contract for the business administrator upon appointment by newly elected Mayor Sealy to run concurrent with his term, and whereas the parties desire to amend said contract for the remainder of the business administrator's term concurrent with Mayor Sealy set forth in the attached agreement. Now therefore be it resolved that the Borough Council give advice and consent to Mayor Sealy to execute an amended contract with Business Administrator Dawn McDonald for the remainder of her term to run concurrent with Mayor Sealy.
Is there a motion opens to the public?
Motion open to the public.
You want to vote first?
Oh, I
No,
think we
when
should.
you open to the
Oh,
public.
okay.
We're going to talk.
Motion to open?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Hello. Who's in the food workers union?
That's all the office staff. Road department, office workers.
Yeah,
Dispatchers.
they're all in that same union.
Dispatchers.
In the food workers union?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. And how much is the increase for the business administrator?
$110,000 first year, 3% for the remaining three. 3% per year.
I'm sorry, I don't know how much he's making now. How much of an increase is it?
$100,689 right now.
So it's $10,000 increase for the first year and then 3%
For the
every year?
following 3 years.
And didn't you just redo that contract?
Then I redo everybody's contract.
No, but didn't we approve a contract for her?
Previously,
in-
yes, we did, but
in
she
January?
recently was offered employment elsewhere, and I did not want to lose her.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Make a motion to close
We
public
can
portion?
only talk about these two issues, correct?
These two issues, yeah.
Yeah, first and
Until
second.
next meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, would you like to vote on these two resolutions now?
Individually.
Okay,
Well, Jose's going to vote no on one.
133, let's have a vote.
Motion to accept the resolution 2017-133.
I'll second it.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
Yes.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 2017-133 has been accepted. Now I need a motion to approve Resolution 2017-134.
Motion to approve 2017-134.
Second.
Councilman Stolen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Malillo?
Yes.
Councilman Rivera?
No.
Council President Ritchie?
Yes.
Resolution 2017-134 has been adopted.
Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
We should close the public and adjourn.
We did.
Yeah, we did close the public.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Board of Ed
Okay.
meeting tomorrow night, right?
Our next
Let's
meeting is
adjourn.
Monday,
Board of Ed
September
tomorrow night,
11th.
Oh, I don't know who did it.
Thank you for those who stayed.